Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Gwarzalez Magic. Today we're once again playing Affinity, this time in Pauper. Me and my friend are going to start actually playing Pauper, at one of our local magic stores, so I figured that a video like this is in order. Pauper is an interesting Moto format. It's pretty much exclusively on MTGO, though I do know some people do play it in paper. It's still a lot of fun in paper. But what it is it's a deck of all commons, a format of all commons. If it was ever printed at a common in MTGO, it is legal in this format. There is some not crossover from paper in that case, though. For instance, Hymn to Torok is printed as a common in paper in Ice Age, I believe, but in Moto, it was only ever printed as an uncommon in one of the Masters Edition sets. So it is actually not legal on Moto. I'm sorry for all you Black Discard fans out there. But Affinity in Pauper is less of an aggro deck and more of a mid-range combo deck. I will explain that. For one thing, because of the artifact lands, we have access to every single color of mana. I'm choosing to run 4 of each of the white, red, blue, and green ones, and 1 of the black. And 1 of the black is mostly for a couple cards in Sideboard, Doomblade, and Diabolic Edict. And the white is so that I can play cards like Orgox Sunchaser. Going to our artifacts, Chromatic Star is really great in this deck. It allows us to fix our mana. Since we're a 5-color deck, we need all the fixing we can get. And the reason I'm playing it over Chromatic Sphere, which I'm playing none of, is that Chromatic Sphere says that you have to actually pay mana and sacrifice it to draw a card. Chromatic Star just says whenever it's put into the grave, you draw a card. So you can combo it with your ATOG and just draw a card and get +2/+2. So I'm playing 2 Flare Husks. I like Flare Husk a lot. Because of mono black control, they have a lot of edict effects. Even the Grixis decks have edict effects, and having an extra dude that we can sack to those is pretty strong. Also, one of our it counts as our total artifact count. This is a living weapon. You don't sacrifice this card, you sacrifice the 0/0 germ token it's attached to. So you're still able to get the most out of your equipment. Also, it's very good with Springleaf Drum. It's one of my best Springleaf Drum candidates, aside from Frogmite. So yeah, pretty good little combo there. For Galvanic Blast, I can't believe this was a common. This is just a better bolt in our deck, as it is in every Affinity deck. Most Affinity decks do want to play it. I know that my Tezzeret deck does not, because it's not really playing red. But this is just a very solid finisher. It's our primary form of creature removal, and obviously 4 to the face is good almost any time. I'm playing 2 Echo Wellsprings. This is essentially an ATOG sack target. I want to be able to get this out there. Sack it to an ATOG, draw 2 cards off of it, attack for 3. 2 Prophetic Prisms, this is again for mana fixing, and you draw a card that enters the battlefield. There's a lot of redundant draw spells in this deck, which is what you need, because eventually you want to get to ATOG, who's the all-star of the deck, and if ATOG gets comboed with Fling and they have no answer for it, then you just win the game, because you sacrifice your whole board to ATOG, and then you fling him at your opponent. And this is a very strong combo. The opponent sort of has to respect it the whole game. They can never really tap out, because if they tap out to, say, kill your ATOG or draw cards at the end of your turn, you can immediately sack your board in response and fling. There's another card kind of similar to this. That's a sorcery that gains you life, but I think that fling is just stronger because you can do it at instant speed. I'm also playing 3 Orgox Sunchasers just to have some more flyers on the board, mostly against the Delver Fairies matchups. I'm also continuing to run Carapace Forger, and if you'll notice, most of our strong cards are 2-drops that just get better with Metalcraft. ATOG doesn't have Metalcraft, but you benefit by having a lot of artifacts on the board with them. But Carapace Forger is a 4/4, Orgox Sunchaser is a 3/3 of flying, and it's really only like turn 1 or 2 that maybe it won't be that. So for most of the game, we're going to get our beats on with it. Then we have cards like Frogmite, which is another great Springleaf Drum activation guy, because if we go land Springleaf Drum turn 1 and then land a 1-drop artifact turn 2, we can make 2 mana, we can make an extra mana with the Frogmite because we just play him for free. Also need to play 4 Thoughtcasts. As I said in previous videos, sort of the OG Treasure Cruise, drawing 2 for blue, not bad. And then we have Mirror Enforcer, who is one of the clunkiest cards in the deck, because having 7 artifacts, you're kind of playing it in the middle to late game. But still very strong. If you have a couple of these guys in hand and you sort of chain them off into each other, because each one of them makes the other one cost 1 less because of the affinity for artifacts, you can develop a very strong board presence very fast with them. And you can, of course, fling any of these creatures if you need to. ATOGs are a primary fling weapon, but you can do the other ones. So going to the sideboard, I favor a very diverse one-of sideboard in this format because there's a lot of random decks that try and get you different ways. I do want a piece of graveyard interaction. I do want to be able to counter an instant, for instance, against mono black control or Delver or any of the decks that are trying to win via counter spells or kill spells. Want to let Trickery. This is very good for elves and Cloud of like mono blue for Cloud of Fairies and just zapping guys. 2 Pyroblasts. Blue is by and large, in my opinion, one of the most played colors in this format. So getting a Pyroblast is very strong. I used to play all 4 Pyroblasts, but I've cut 2 of them in favor of some more diverse cards. I'm playing a Scattershot Archer. Being able to ping flyers is good. There's a lot of X1 flyers. Like I know there's a Cobblade. It's not Cobblade, but there's a the card that goes against the other ones. That's the 2-drop bird. A lot of those floating around. I have a Circle Protection Red just because burn is super cheap and easy to play in Pauper, and it's very, very deadly. Ray of Revelation for the random enchantment decks. Standard Bearer comes in against the Boggles deck and any deck that's trying to zap my guys, like Mono Black Control. Edict for creatures. Doomblade for creatures. Armadillo Cloak for burn and whenever I need to just be getting some more life. And 2 Ancient Grudge, mostly for the mirror, but also comes in against Tron, so kind of like its modern matchups. A big adjustment to this deck that I'm not playing is I am playing 2 Auriok Sun Chasers in favor of Perilous Research, which is draw 2, sack a permanent. I just think having the extra body is better than the other Sun Chaser plays something else. I think it was an Ichor Wellspring, just because having more threats is better than drawing more cards at this point in the game when I have so many card draw cards. Alright, so thank you guys so much for watching this. I'll see you in the games. So just like most decks and most formats, I guess we'd like to play first. This hand's a little sketchy. We really would need to draw another land for this to be optimal. However, we do have access to Galvanic Blast and Chromatic Star, so I am going to go ahead and keep it. Because we have a 1-drop artifact and Galvanic Blast, but really we need to draw another land. Let's go ahead and play our star. But I'm confident that since we can cycle the star if we really need to, we will draw into something. This deck can get out of its pretty bad openings because of the amount of card draw it has, and the ability to do the combo, so I almost never concede with it. Even when it looks pretty grim, you can still come back. Alright, perfect. We drew a seed of the Sign-On. So now, do I want to play my ATOG or do I want to play my Frogmite? Since my opponent went and fetched a forest, I think he's probably playing the 5-color deck domain. So I think I'm going to go ahead and play my Frogmite. Then I'm going to cycle this for a green. No, not 2 mana. Never mind. I'm just going to keep this up. Try and bolt this search creature, while also building towards my Mirror Enforcer artifact count. I only need 3 more for it to be a free spell, and I only need 1 more land in order to play it, because right now I have 4 artifacts, we currently cost 3. Okay, it's Boggles. That's not what I expected, but that's fine. So I could go ahead and bolt my opponent, or blast my opponent here, rather. But I think I'd rather... No, I'm going to go ahead and do it. This deck has almost no targets. So I'm going to have to try and win as quick as possible. Right now I'm winning. Alright, I like another Frogmite. How much is he costing? 2. So yeah, let's go ahead and throw him out. Swing 2. I assume my opponent will not block because he wants to keep his Boggle. Next turn we may be facing down a what is that card? It's a 1-drop. It gives him +1/+1, and First strike. Yeah, this is it. Ethereal Armor, that's it. So we can attack me for 4 here. Which I'm just going to take. He does attack. Okay, he chooses not to. Ooh, fling. I'll go ahead and play my ATOG. So far, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 12 damage from the ATOG right now. So I would need to get in at some point here for some extra damage, but right now we're good. I probably will attack with the ATOG next turn, see if he gets through. Because if it does, if he doesn't choose not to block, I can. Oh, well, this might be an Armadillo Cloak. Yeah. So I can make ATOG 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I would have to sack my entire board, but it is worth it against this deck. Oh, unless my opponent chooses not to do anything. Alright, that should make it enough, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, this is enough. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, I just like to count a couple times to make sure. Now we got this. Sometimes people concede when I just start stacking a bunch of artifacts, but this opponent is not good for him. Alright. Let's go to sideboards. Alright, so definitely bringing in Edict. Definitely bringing in Ray of Revelation. Oh no, yeah, Standard Bearer and Ray of Revelation. So what 3 cards to cut here? I think Galvanic Blast, even though it served us well last game, is probably not my most powerful card here. So I'll go ahead and cut it. I could bring in the Electrickery. Because the Electrickery will allow me to potentially get rid of something before it is enchanted. Because it deals 1 damage. You can overload it so that you do 1 damage to each creature you don't control. So yeah, let's try this out. If it turns out that we do in fact need the Galvanic Blast, we'll just bring it back in. But I think that these sideboard cards are a little better. There's also another edict that a lot of people like to play, Chainer's Edict. It's a sorcery, but you can flash it back for 7. I find that getting to 7, especially double black, is a little difficult in this deck. Unless the game's going really, really, really long, in which case it probably isn't the best. So I'd rather just have the instant 2-drop. Alright, so my opponent will get to play first this game, which is a little bit of a disadvantage against the Boggles deck, so I can just get to suit up. I actually do think this hand is keepable. It is a little slow, but we have a 1-drop, a 2-drop. Okay, well this is not going to be good for my Edict, if I ever draw it. But I actually think this hand is fine. Oh, and drawing the ATOG just makes it extremely good. So yeah, a lot of these early turns are just set up. Yeah, my opponent's got a pretty slow start here too. But the Electrickery will be pretty alive against this plant. Alright, well, sometimes you just draw into the combo naturally. Let's go ahead and still play Prophetic Prism. Alright, 2 Auric Sun Chasers I like. Next turn we'll play ATOG and a Sun Chaser. And I think we'll have enough to Thoughtcast. So let's go... ATOG. Oh, I cannot do both. I think I do want to go ahead and play the Sun Chaser, though. I tend to not want to play my Thoughtcast until I don't really have anything in my hand that I would rather play. But an Auriok Sun Chaser is just great. Next turn I might Thoughtcast, see if I can get a standard bearer. Alright, so now my opponent has some rampage. I haven't seen this card yet played in the, okay, Rancor. I haven't seen that card yet played in the Hexproof deck. Yeah, I would gladly trade my Sun Chaser for that. Alright, another Fling. Don't really need two, but let's go ahead and draw some cards. Alright, I liked drawing another land there. Too bad it was not the source we needed. So I think I would rather attack over drawing more cards or playing. Now, you know what? I'm just going to attack with the Sun Chaser. Yeah, because he just won't block the ATOG. Let's see. If he doesn't block the ATOG, he takes 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So actually, no, I do want to play the Sun Chaser, I'm pretty sure. And if he tries to play a big spell, I have no problem. Like if he tries to buff up this Solana Ledgewalker with a lifelink. Oh no, it is hexproof. I can't fling something at it. Never mind. So trying to draw some cards here. Good thing I got my flyers out because of this card. So I think I can actually win next turn. That is fine. Let's start by... The blue land was perfect there. Let's draw some cards. So I feel like Trickery is a little late, but... Let's see, 6, 7, 9, 10. Alright, yeah, my opponent sees if I have the Fling in my hand, I can go ahead and win, so he went ahead and conceded. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next game.